Hey, what's up YouTube? I'm Choctopus, and today we're going to take a step away from Smash to talk about Nintendo's decision to restart the development on Metroid Prime 4, because I think it's a move worth discussing, and I'll be covering a lot of points throughout the video, so feel free to drop your thoughts in the comment section below regarding any of them at any point throughout the video. Just to give you the spark notes in case you missed it, Nintendo released a short video yesterday of Shinya Takahashi speaking about the development of Metroid Prime 4 and how their radio silence is due to the game not being developed to their standards. Unfortunately, Nintendo has come to the decision to completely scrap the game and start from the beginning with a new developer, aka Retro Studios. And after the news broke, we got some additional information, and I don't know how true this is to the T, but coming from a Game Informer employee saying, or tweeting, hearing that the big problem with Metroid Prime 4 development was Nintendo's experimental ad hoc development process. It was being made in parts in different countries. Some studios were trucking along saying it was going smoothly, while it was on fire elsewhere. Internal thinking was that it needs to all be under one roof to right the ship. Interestingly, Retro made their pitch for involvement and put together a demo that Nintendo liked. From a logistics perspective, making a game well, I don't know anything about making a game, but let's say working on a project in parts in different countries sounds like an absolute nightmare. Because now you have different teams working at different paces, working at different standards, working with completely different business practices. It just didn't sound like it was meant to work from the beginning. So I'm glad that they decided to pull it back and put everything under one roof, especially with the Retro, who made their pitch, and they actually put a demo together that Nintendo liked. And who knows the Metroid Prime series better than Retro Studios? Personally, I'm a big fan of Retro's work. They're responsible for the original Metroid Prime trilogy, both separately and as a collection, and the new Donkey Kong Country games, which are fantastic. If you haven't played any of them, I recommend picking up Tropical Freeze on the Switch. I also think Donkey Kong Country Returns just went greatest hits on the 3DS, so you can probably find that pretty cheap. Regardless, Retro Studios has a track record of great games, so I'm sure a lot of fans aren't concerned with this move. Personally, I'm not. I think the important thing to note here is Nintendo made a very tough business decision and decided to be open about it with fans. This game was revealed back at E3 2017, and prior to this announcement of restarting the development, a lot of us have been expecting to see more rather soon, but now we know that's not going to be the case, as Nintendo has chosen to basically start from the beginning, which means we may not see Metroid Prime 4 until late 2020 or even 2021. I asked the question in the community tab to gauge how people felt about this, and a few people mentioned that they were concerned that Nintendo would be taking a big financial hit because they're essentially eating the cost of years of development. Yes, that is 1000% true, but sometimes a smart business decision is about more than just turning a profit. Nintendo could have easily wrapped development and published the game, and people would have bought it because there are a lot of Metroid fans. People are familiar with the Metroid Prime series. They could have just wrapped it, sold it as is, and, you know, went into the deal knowing it wouldn't be that good. But I think integrity and values are more important, and apparently Nintendo does too, which is a good thing. Let's also keep in mind that there's a lot of eyes on Nintendo this year. The company has been outperforming in the last 12 to 24 months, and with the Switch's success, a game this high caliber needs to be immaculate. We don't have new Metroid games that release yearly. You know, we get one every couple years, and we haven't had one in quite a while, so Metroid Prime 4 needs to be perfect. Or it at least needs to be perfect in the eyes of Nintendo before they release it. Which makes complete sense. As for profitability, Nintendo may take a hit, but they'll find other avenues for making up the loss. Whether that's using smaller R&D teams to develop smaller titles, ports, remasters, whatever. What I'm hoping this will mean, and I'm sure a lot of people may have had the same idea cross their minds, is I'm hoping Nintendo will use another dev team or studio to remaster the Metroid Prime collection that was released for the Wii back in 2009. I think given the new release window, or I mean, we don't have a release window yet, but let's assume that they are starting from the beginning, and it's probably going to be at least a year and a half, 2 years development. But given the new, and I'm going to use this loosely, release window being moved back significantly, and the game not releasing until late next year or spring of the following, it opens up the possibility of a remaster of the previous 3 games. A remaster or a port that doesn't require the same resources that they're going to need to develop a new game, and it's something that they can contract another developer to do. Think of it this way. They have the 3 games that released on the Wii. They would probably need to do some kind of revamp for the control scheme, and they would have to remaster the graphics, but the games are already together on one disc, so they've found a way to compile them despite a couple of them being GameCube games. I think it's definitely possible to get a remastered collection, and I think that would be a smart move for Nintendo. Of course, this is completely wishful thinking, but I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility. Because the Switch is selling so well, there has to be a large percentage of people who are owning their first Nintendo console. And unless you owned a Wii or a Wii U, you can't go back and play the trilogy. You can play the first 2 on GameCube, but you can't play 3 unless you own a Wii or a Wii U. And if we're being realistic here, a lot of people didn't own the Wii U. It sold horribly for obvious reasons. I just think it would be a smart move to remaster the Trilogy Collection and release it late this year if they can get it. I mean, assuming that they made this decision to restart development not the day of the announcement, but maybe a couple weeks back, or maybe they even forecasted this a couple months back, and in tandem they decided to start development on a remastered trilogy, which would be nice, and it would be a good consolation to those who have been waiting for the game, and now we're gonna have to wait a couple more years for it. Not to mention that would also help catch people up that have not played the Prime trilogy, or just need a refresher. To put a bow on this, I think that Nintendo made the right move, but I'm curious to hear what all of you think, so feel free to drop your thoughts in the comments section below. I know a lot of people are going to be disappointed with the news, but recognizing that a product isn't up to standards and deciding to take action is admirable. I trust Retro Studios, and I know they're going to do right by the franchise. On a separate note, what do you think of the possibility of a Metroid Prime trilogy remaster? I was kind of poking around afterwards, and there are rumors that the trilogy remaster is already completed, and it just wasn't ready to be announced yet, but who knows? Maybe it will be announced in a coming Direct, maybe it will be announced at E3, if it's possible, but a lot of people seem to think it is, but let me know in the comments section below what you think. But regardless, I'm excited for the game. If we have to wait a little longer for a perfect product, that's fine. But that's it for this video. I know a lot of you are primarily here for Smash, and before you have a panic attack, Smash isn't going anywhere. It's going to be a large focus of the channel, so don't worry, it's not being replaced. I wanted to do some news on the Metroid Prime announcement because it is a big announcement, and I wanted to gauge what everyone's thoughts would be on me covering other Nintendo news or playing other Nintendo games or talking about other Nintendo franchises, maybe doing some stuff about Super Mario or the upcoming Luigi's Mansion game or Donkey Kong or Pokemon that's supposed to come out later this year. But let me know what your thoughts are. Drop it down in the comment section. I'm open to feedback, and I appreciate all of the feedback. But regardless of that, a quick thanks to everyone who has supported me. We just crossed the 20,000 subscriber mark. I'm still not over the fact that I passed 10,000. Here we are, 10,000 more at 20,000. So to celebrate, if you haven't seen my community tab post, I just launched my first couple pieces of merch. I will leave a link in the description below. Just a couple t-shirts and hoodies, you know, if you would like to support me. I tried to keep the prices as low as possible. I would never expect anyone to purchase something with my name on it, but if you want to, that'd be awesome, and all money will go towards bettering my content and my channel and equipment and all that good stuff. But thanks for watching this. Feel free to go give me a follow on social media where I usually tweet out my daily thoughts. Twitter's probably the best place to do that. I also have a Discord channel which is growing and growing, and more awesome people are joining, so thank you for that. And lastly, you can find me on Twitch. I've been streaming a lot of Smash lately with viewers, so if you want to come play with me, there's really your opportunity. But let's continue to grow together. So if you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button. I know I rambled towards the end. I apologize for that. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. I got my eyes set on 100K this year, and we're going to do it, and it's because of you. So thanks for watching. Have an awesome day, and we will catch you in the next video, which will be Smash. See you later.